Welcome to your yoga practice for inner strength and inspiration. We're going to zoom through this practice. It's a bit cloudy above and overcast, so I'm just going to get into it. I encourage you to watch this video a couple of times, if you can this week, 2 or 3 times even, or maybe even every day, and just get into the flow of it and get into the fun of it. Now, I've got 2 blocks that you can see over there and my yoga mat, but if you don't have either, you'll be fine. I'll show variations for both. So blessings and namaste. Let's get into it. So if you have a block, coming to sit on a block. If you don't, just sitting straight onto the mat or onto the ground, sitting in simple cross-leg position. Bringing the hands into the heart center. Inhale, taking the arms up, opening them wide, bringing them back through the center. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Namaste and welcome. Interlocking the fingers, turning them inside out, bringing the palms all the way up. Pressing the upper arms in towards the ears. Lift and lengthen the arms. Stretch through the whole of the side body and breathe. Drawing the belly in towards the back. Dropping the shoulders down. And then stretching the arms and the hands up above. Soft in the face, long in the breath. Keep breathing here. Long and even with the breath. On the last inhalation, lift and lengthen as high as you can, and then we're going to turn towards the left, releasing the hands, placing the right hand on the left knee and the left hand behind you. Inhale to lengthen and straighten the whole of your spine, and exhale to turn behind you. Inhale, lengthen the body. Exhale, turn. Using the hand on the knee as leverage, pulling yourself back around to look behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turn. 1 more. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, turn and release. Walking your hands in front of you as far as you can. Taking the body forward and down with the arms still the legs still crossed. Taking the forehead down, pushing the bum towards the hip, the bum towards the mat, and taking 3 long breaths here. Inhale to come up. Interlock the fingers the way you didn't just have them. Turn them out. Inhale all the way up with the arms, squeezing the upper arms in towards the ears. The palms of the hands up towards the sky. Press the knees and the bum into the mat and the block. Lift through the side body. So instead of lifting through the chest here, we want to lift through the side body, from the hips to the armpits to the wrists. Lift and lengthen. So taking the arms up as high as you can go, but then the shoulders down. Long in the breath, soft in the face. Beautiful. 1 more lift and lengthen. Exhale to turn in the other direction. So now we've got the left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you. Lift to grow long and exhale to turn to look behind you. Lift to grow long, exhale to turn. 2 more. Lift, exhale. 1 more. Lift. And exhale and release. Bringing your hands behind you now, holding onto your elbows. Lift the chest, roll the shoulders back, look up. Take the head back if your neck's comfortable. Take the chin down to the chest. Take the head back up. Take the left ear to the left shoulder, to the center. Right ear to the right shoulder and to the center. Head back again. And to the center, forward, and to the center, left ear, left shoulder, to the center, right ear, right shoulder, and to the center. Taking the arms wide, lifting the chest, moving the hands back behind you as far as they'll go, thumbs up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the left arm up, right hand down. Bring the hands together along the back And if you can, grabbing a hold of the fingers. If not, grabbing a hold of the clothes. And then release to change sides. Inhale, moving the elbows away from each other. Exhaling, release. Moving the elbows away, lift the chest. Exhale. And release. Coming now into forward Virasana. Toes together, knees wide, and walking the hands in front of you. Lengthen through the whole of the body, sending the bum back to the heels. Bum back on the inhalation. On the exhalation, walk the hands out. On the inhalation, bum back to the heels. On the exhalation, walk the hands out. When you're ready, preparing the hands for downward facing dog. Spreading the fingers wide, tucking the toes, keeping the knees bent, and coming up into half dog. Sending the lower ribs down towards the top of the legs. So it's like a squat dog. Taking the head in and under, looking underneath the body in towards the navel. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. Pressing into the hands, lifting the bum up. Straightening the legs for downward facing dog. From here we're going to roll into plank. Making sure the bum isn't higher than the shoulders. And then we're going to roll back into downward facing dog. So we're going to do this 10 times. So that's 1. We're going to hold for 2 breaths in each position. That's 2. To add more, if you'd like a bit more here, then picking up the right leg and coming forward into your plank with that right leg lifted. So that's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Coming down to the knees, placing the hands under the shoulders. Inhale, look up, coming into cat-cow. Pressing the shins down into the mat. Exhale, look underneath, arch the back, looking towards the belly. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, coming up and over, looking in towards the navel. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Downward facing dog again. Doing the down squat to start with. Pressing the hands into the mat and the bum up towards the sky. And then taking downward facing dog. Rolling into plank. Coming back into downward facing dog. Sending the heels down, looking in towards the navel. Rolling into plank. Downward facing dog. And again, if you want to go with the leg up for the next level of fitness, then do so. Otherwise, just keep going like this. So you can start taking the left leg up, bring it through. It's 5. 6. 7. 7, 8, 9, 10. Downward facing dog. Walk the feet in. Pick up the left hand, cross it over, grab the right ankle, feet flat. Look under the right armpit. And release, change sides. Grab a hold of the left ankle. Look under the left armpit. And release. Either hopping or walking your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Come all the way up. Exhale, hands into the chest. So this is where you will need your block. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up. Right leg back. Long lunge. Looking up, lifting the chest. So either dropping the back knee down here, taking the hands into the chest, or lifting the back knee up and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the hands. Downward facing dog. Walking the feet in a little. Picking up the right leg and bringing it through for warrior 1. So taking the back heel down, pushing up, both hips facing forward, taking the arms up, bending into the front knee. Now adjustments here, and make sure that the front knee isn't going in towards the left side, that it's tracking straight out from the hip and not rolling in or out. The back foot is firmly planted, lifting through the whole of the torso and sending that right knee down. Looking up if you have your balance. Exhale, bring the hands down onto the hips. Straighten that back leg. Send the hips forward and even. On the next exhalation, send the body down to 90 degrees. And then release the hands to the mat or to your blocks. You have 2 blocks. Inhale, lengthen. Send the right hip back, left hip forward. Exhale, fold down over that leg. On the next inhalation, look up. Hop up onto the right leg and take warrior 3. So if you have a block, you can put your hands on the block, lifting that back leg. So making sure you're not opening the hip, keeping the hip nice and square, lifting the back leg and looking forward. Other variations for warrior 3 are the hands directly out in front of you. And then coming into Uttanasana. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, release. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Looking up, left leg back into your long lunge. Bending into the right knee. You can either take the back knee down, hands into the chest, or you can lift the back knee up. And holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Placing the hands, downward facing dog. Long in the breath. Move the feet in a little, Got the right foot, bring it through for warrior one on the other side. Popping the back foot down, pushing up, taking the arms up. Exhale, bending into the front knee. So again, a lot of weight is in the back foot, maybe 80%, lifting up through the chest and the arms, bending into the front leg, looking up if you have your balance. Exhale, release the hands to the hips, square the hips forward, and begin to fold forward. And then releasing the hands, taking the head down along the knee, and then popping up into your warrior three on your other side, however you like to do it. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, release. Taking now tree pose, so standing on the left leg, picking up the right leg, taking tree pose here. Bring the hands into the heart center. Long in the breath. Take the arms up. Lift and lengthen. Bringing the hands down slowly. Right hand grabs right toe, big toe, and stretch that leg out in front of you. Taking the opposite arm up, long in the breath. Release that foot back, place it on top of the knee of the other leg. Bring the hands into the heart center and coming to sit down. And coming up for exhale, mountain pose. So mountain pose, strong in the legs, push the legs down, take the arms a little bit away from the body, lift the chest, close the eyes. Feel the connection of your feet with the earth below you. Steady the breath. Changing sides. So picking up the left leg now, tree pose. Pressing the standing leg into the lifted leg. When you have your balance, taking the arms up. Long in the breath. Releasing the hands. So trying to go with this beautiful connected flow feeling here in this practice. Taking that leg out in front of you. Opposite arm up. Lift and lengthen. Releasing the foot. Placing it across the knee. Sitting down. Coming up. Mountain pose. Coming to the front of your mat again. Inhaling, taking the arms up. Exhaling, taking the hands down. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Take the right leg back. Bend into the left knee. Keeping that back leg lifted now. Bringing your hands together behind your back. Interlocking the fingers. Sending the hands down. Lifting the chest and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Plank. Coming down onto the knees, setting the chest down, keeping the elbows tucked nicely in together, chest down. Release the legs. Running the hands along the chest. Inhale, press into the hands, lift the chest for baby cobra. Exhale, come down, tuck the toes, pushing up onto the knees, downward facing dog. Coming up onto the tippy toes, take the right leg up, open the hip, heel to the bum, knee to the ceiling or the sky. And then roll that hip down and through, taking warrior two on the right side. So the back heel is now down and the front heel is in alignment with the back arch. Inhale, take those arms up. Looking towards the front finger, the middle finger on the front hand. Long in the breath. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Making sure that knee is tracking straight out and not in or out too much, just straight out from the hip. Inhale, flow with the arms up. Exhale, come back into warrior two. Inhale, flow with the arms up. Exhale, come back into warrior two. Good. Straighten that front leg. Take that top arm forward and up. And then bring that front arm down. Taking the back arm up. So you've got a long line from the bottom hand to the top arm, Trikonasana. Coming back up, warrior two, Parsvottanasana, elbow to the knee. Scoop the back hand, take the little pinky finger first, up and over like a straight arrow from the heel to the fingertips. If you want a little bit more here, taking that bottom hand down in front of the foot or behind the foot, long in the breath. Inhale, come up, warrior two, turning to the front of the mat, downward facing dog. And plank. Bringing the knees down again first, chest down, elbows tracking in, releasing the body. Inhale, look up, sliding the hands along. Inhale, push up. Exhale, release, tucking the toes, coming up to downward facing dog. Picking up the left leg, opening the hip, knee to the ceiling or the sky, roll it back through and come into your warrior two on the other side. Looking towards the middle finger of the front hand. Keeping the breath nice and slow and long. Three more breaths. Inhale, flow up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flow up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flow up. Trikonasana, keeping the legs straight. Lifting that top arm and then sending it down. Opening up the body, rolling the chest, looking up towards the top finger. Taking that hand down, I've got a big B on my mat that I need to be careful of here. And exhaling, Parsvottanasana. So scooping that back arm, sending the little pinky finger up and over, looking into the top finger if you can. And taking the variation with the hand down. Come on, little bee. Off you go. Taking downward facing dog. And then when you're ready, hopping to the front of your mat. This little bee loves my mat. Oh, he won't go off. Okay, inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. I have to look up what a bee totem is because I've got one at the moment, I think. Inhale, taking the arms, scooping all the way up. And exhaling, come all the way back. Placing the hands. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Taking the right leg back. Bending it into, so left leg back, bending into the right leg. Grabbing a hold of your block. And coming up into Ardha Chandrasana, which is half moon pose. So the block comes out directly from your foot or a little bit out to the side. And if you don't have a block and you have a book or something like that, or anything similar, just use it. Taking that back foot up and opening the hip and taking the top arm up. So the key is to be strong into the standing leg, lifting up through the torso, opening the back leg and being firm in the lifted leg. Exhale, come to Uttanasana, taking the feet wide, holding onto the elbows, leaning forward and releasing. Swinging from side to side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward fold. And then we'll come into the other side for Ardha Chandrasana. So placing the block, finding your balance, taking that back leg up, opening the top arm, strong into both the standing leg and the lifted leg. Good, and exhale. Take a wide Uttanasana, holding onto the elbows, leaning forward, taking the head down. Placing the hands and come down into a squat. The hands in the center of the chest. And then sitting your bum down on the mat. Okay, so we're going to take the left leg out in front, right knee bent. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Grab a hold of your foot or your ankle or your leg and release with the breath. Three more breaths here. Inhale, come up, changing sides. Exhale, coming forward. 3 more breaths. Inhale, coming up, laying onto your back, bringing your knees into your chest, hugging the knees in, rolling them around, and then rolling up and down the length of the mat. Grabbing a hold of your toes, rolling up and down, and then finding your seat bones, lifting your legs, looking up towards the ceiling or the sky. Exhale, cross over at the ankles, bring the knees into the armpits. Let go of the left leg, holding onto the right leg, grabbing hold of the knee and bringing it towards the armpit. Taking 5 long breaths here. Changing sides, bringing that knee, that bent knee right over into the armpit. And then bringing both knees up, crossing the left leg over the right and maybe even tucking the toes behind the calf. Letting the knees fall right over and the opposite shoulder go in the opposite direction. Turning the head whichever way feels nice. Releasing the legs, bringing them back to center, changing sides. And taking the legs over. And release to center. Taking one last hug of the knees into the chest. And then when you're ready, laying out for Shavasana. So if you have some music to put on here for Shavasana, then putting it on. Otherwise, laying yourself completely flat on the mat, maybe a bolster or blocks or some other kind of rug under the knees to give your back a little bit of support. Laying yourself out, taking a big stretch. Sending the breath freely through the body, releasing the whole of the back, the whole of the front body, the legs, the face, the shoulders, all of the thoughts. Inhaling and exhaling. Softening through the crown of the head, the whole of the skull, the whole of the face and the jaws. The tongue is soft, the teeth are soft. The neck is soft, the throat is soft, the top of the shoulders, the whole of the arms, the hands, the fingers, the palms and the backs of the hands. All the way up to the top of the shoulders again. The whole of the front of the body is soft and relaxed. The whole of the front of the legs, soft and relaxed. The whole of the feet, the front of the feet, the arches and each individual toe. The whole of the back of the legs, the bums, the whole of the back of the neck, back up to the top of the skull again. If you have some music or you have some time, just stay here in Shavasana. Let yourself completely release and let go. And as you finish, I'd like you to remind yourself about the thing or the thing that you're looking for inspiration and inner strength in your life. Remembering that. Remembering the strength from the beautiful black spruce tree. And if you have any of the Young Living oils, or if you'd like some, get in touch. But the Sacred Mountain Blend is incredibly useful for inner strength, inspiration, feeling grounded and feeling tall. So now is the time for you to, throughout this practice and after this practice, to be thinking about what you're needing in your life that's going to require some inspiration and strength. And go for it. Let's all stay connected and stay healthy, be strong, and keep up that inner strength and all of your practices that help you feel strong and good in the world. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. You're keeping my yoga inspiration alive, and I really appreciate it. Thank you for all of the personal messages from people, for everyone that's reached out and everyone that writes comments. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Namaste.